Same time, though, you do want that guaranteed spot.
Oh, no, absolutely. It gives you a lot more confidence going into it as well, right? You're able to win your closed qualifier, and then, I don't know, does that hero invite say more that, oh, we lost the closed qualifier and we had to rely on the hero invite to get in, or, you know, was it just respective that, hey, we are the heroes, we're okay?
Yeah, either way, you're probably going to be ending up with a pretty rough seating. Regardless, though, going to get into this grand final. You can hear the crowd is already getting pretty hyped up at this prospect. The two best Chinese teams going head-to-head for a spot in an S-tier event on home soil is a prospect to behold. Emilia to take contact here, Dion, in E-Box.
A lot of pressure on him as well, but with those dualies, starting it off on towards Mercury. Crunch not going to be available just yet with the players starting to come in through main, but as they do so, Westmelon head on a swivel, ready, right for these frags, looking to lock it on down, and the crossfires are just superb from Lynn Vision at the moment. They're all flooding in over onto TYLOO and just down to JamYoung. Can't get it done. Pistol to Lynn Vision.
They're looking dangerous. They flooded the site in a very similar manner yesterday against Wings Up, and you can see right now, Wings Up, Lynn Vision rather, meaning business in this grand final, looking to be aggressive, looking to shut down TYLOO on the T side before they can even get that bomb plant going, and that is something very important in the current meta, especially with the introduction of MR12, denying the ability of the T side to force buy second round and put that economic pressure back on the CT side is all important.
Nah, absolutely. And with all those kills as well, the buy-ups onto the submachine guns, and not really anything that TYLOO were able to establish there too, right? No plant, only a single kill. They're going to have to look for some damage next. Otherwise, you know, you don't want to put Lynn Vision in a situation here to just be absolutely destructive on the CT side. If we're looking at anything more than 6 rounds going Lynn Vision's way, and then they get that good T side start, that would probably be the worst case scenario for TYLOO on this map. So you definitely need to see TYLOO just capitalize on a timeout, get things in order, and pretty much come up guns a-blazing after, you know, if they take an eco in the next, when they get the rifles up in the one after.
Good to see that this qualifier obviously is on land as well. In the COVID era and afterwards, it's been all too common for most qualifiers, most events, to hold online qualifications. Just makes more sense from a cost perspective and logistically, but obviously, recently you've had the opportunity to attend in-person events over in Asia and, you know, experience the atmosphere there. So what are your thoughts on these kind of events coming back?
It's so different, right? When you're at your own home comfort place, let's talking in a player perspective, you've got your own setup that you're used to, and you're comfy there. But when you're in a full environment, you've got a crowd. I feel like it just propels you to perform better. You know, you got the pressure. There's players that can just ride that pressure and they can take it, they can use it, they can send it back at their opponents. Just being next to your team as well to be able to boost morale. Just the whole atmosphere around an event is just paramount to pushing players to strive for success. I feel like a lot of players that have come up now into what CS2 is beginning to be, some of them played during the COVID era and they didn't play beforehand. So they haven't actually had an opportunity to see events like this in person. So if you're someone like that, definitely recommend trying to get into an event where it is live, because for the players, you know, it means everything to play these events.
Well, seeming like we're working through the tech issues, lights that were bothering the players, maybe starting to be figured out here, make it a little less, what's the word, aggressive on the eyes, perhaps. Such a premium be put on being able to focus in a game like this one. So should be getting it back underway soon, especially for old men like Kaze and Advent. Maybe make sure that the eye strain is a little bit less. I think Lynn Vision will definitely have the advantage in that regard. A much younger Chinese core on that side of things compared to the side here of TYLOO, although they do have a couple of boomers. Obviously, Advent, the ultimate talent scout, picking up some youngsters to round out the team as well. It's been great to watch the slow change out of the older Chinese players with some new blood scattered by Advent on this TYLOO roster, and he knows how to pick him, man.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? You've got the best of both worlds. You've got the reactive, sharp youngins that can be tutored and molded by the ones with experience. And I think when you see an age range between, let's say, Moseyuh and Advent, right? That's, I think, the biggest change on this roster. It's cool to see that, you know, teams are just finding what works with them regardless of age. It doesn't really matter because there's benefits to being on both sides of that spectrum.
Yeah, well, Lynn Vision, on the other hand, much younger core across the board. These guys kind of almost grew up together in the scene. You know, the core has been quite long-standing for quite a time at this point. Obviously, newer additions of Emilia and GN this year has seen Lynn Vision find their most success that they've ever really had. But finally, back into the gameplay, and this is classic Lynn Vision bully mode, aggressing straight down into water and just taking TYLOO out of the server before they can even have a chance to think about what they want to be doing in this pistol.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Starry on the hunt, looking for some eco frags, and I don't blame him whatsoever either. He might even be able to find the ace here if he had ammunition in that gun, but it doesn't really matter. Westmelon on the board for this round to close it. Now, that's fine, right? We've gotten rid of the eco. We've gotten rid of those Glocks. It's time to get out the proper rifles to see what TYLOO's T-side actually does look like here.
Only an MP9 and armor is going to hit the deck for Lynn Vision. So an excellent start here to their map pick of Anubis. And the map pick that they had the most success on over at ESL Pro League, of course, giving numerous teams a scare time and time again, who people wouldn't have had them pegged to beat. Focus, as you mentioned, though, back on TYLOO in their first gun round here. Looks like a bit of a default from them, taking their time, maybe work some A main control at some point, waiting out the initial wave of CT util.
And the problem for TYLOO in a round such as this as well, because they didn't get a lot of kills previously, they have had to forego a bit of that util to get out these AKs, Advent down to a Galil just to justify getting out that extra bit of utility. So feels like some aggression from Lynn Vision. If they can get an opening frag and fall back, might not be too bad.
We were doing the same thing yesterday. Aggression into A main, as well as re-aggressing E-box and Dark and retaking that part of the map, shutting the T's out was something they did regularly. TYLOO, on the other hand, double mollies to door and house, and now a progression smoke onto the right side of middle. As they apply pressure to the middle of the map, Lynn Vision will become increasingly concerned that some kind of site split may be coming out.
Some aggression onto mid yet again. You can see that G rotated from the side itself just to back everyone up down towards mid. 45 seconds to go.
Seems like TYLOO reorganizing themselves for a bit of a B execute here. Not much utility left over into the late round here for Lynn Vision. Same can be said for TYLOO, but enough to put execute together. 3 CTs with boots on the ground inside of B, and it seems like they want to aggress into E-box here. Mercury under threat.
Yeah, they're going to leave G on the side itself at the moment, but for Starry, that kill would have been worth its weight in gold. Westmelon going to reveal himself. There is time. Going to be an issue right now, as well as 10 seconds to get that plant down, but it doesn't really matter if the kills are being collected by TYLOO. Moseyuh able to cordon off the rotation at the end as well, and that's not bad to come through from TYLOO on their first gun round.
Just a slow crawling default, waiting out the utility disadvantage, forcing out that CT-sided util, and eventually working their way straight through the middle of the map. Lynn Vision then reactively going back and flashing their way into middle. All 4 players kind of committing to trying to aggress into mid, but they didn't really find anything. And TYLOO, last 30 seconds, just keeping things relatively simple, punishing that water push and then kicking off a bit of a B split. Actually break Lynn Vision's money, despite the great start that the CTs did have to this game. So Lynn Vision just on the singular eco here, but TYLOO already great cash established here, and a chance to build up an even better economy now.
Well, for Lynn Vision in the next round as well, they'll have a lot of money to get everything that they want. They can get the AWP out, full utility behind it. You know, you definitely don't want to see CTs be thrown into the double ecos when it comes to MR12. So it is quite a wise decision just to potentially cop a knee in this round to stand up and run in the next.
Full stack on the B site here, but TYLOO once again going to start to work house, going to start to work that double doors area. Smoke this time to the B side of the map. Just cutting middle in half and denying information to the CT side. Keep an eye on how Lynn Vision adapt in their future gun rounds here, whether they start to throw those pot flashes into middle in the early to mid round to try to disrupt this default approach from TYLOO. Start to cotton on to how TYLOO likes to work the map and on what timings. And TYLOO now organizing themselves for a pretty quick A site take. Going to walk into an empty site, and now Lynn Vision will look towards some exits here.
You mentioned timing there as well. I think that's going to be really important to keep an eye on in the next couple of rounds. See what damage can be collected here from Moseyuh, but most importantly from Lynn Vision. They can take away this AK, potentially use it for some more damage in the later stages of the round as the bomb does just go down. But so far, so good from TYLOO. Not going to be dropping too much as it's all down to G. Is in with that deagle a little bit, and he will look to be hunted.
See if he can take any more guns away from TYLOO, but it's another clean gun round. Yeah, to Eco, 4 alive. TYLOO going to be well and truly happy with that and start to build up that T-side economy to continue to try to front run this half here. Exactly what you want to be doing on Anubis, but we'll keep an eye on Lynn Vision, who now have the chance to, like you said, purchase everything they could possibly want. AWP comes out for G. And really, my eyes are on whether TYLOO throws something a little different into this round, maybe some kind of timing on the exit, or if they do go for a bit of a slower default that it looks like they're going for, how Lynn Vision starts to adapt to that.
Yeah. Just noticing as well, Lynn Vision have foregone a kit in this round, so if that bomb plant does go down, there's a little bit more emphasis on time for a retake. AWP is going to echo out. Now that's known over to the B side of things.
Yeah, TYLOO, once again, shut out on this mid control for the time being. They've mostly been taking that in the mid to late round. Now progression Molotov into the A main area of the map. Also working a little bit of E-box control. Pressure on that part of the map from Mercury, rather. And Lynn Vision not aggressing anything in the early to mid round here. Zaka keeping an eye on bridge. They may go and take A main here. We've seen them aggress that part of the map a couple of times. TYLOO waiting for any kind of reaction, any kind of aggression in the mid-round here, but are not being obliged.
Slow and steady seems to be the name of the game for TYLOO at the moment. Start to creep up to the B site. It is the weaker stacked one for Lynn Vision at the moment. Bit of utility to assist for sure.
Smoke into B main. Ready with the reactive Molotov is Westmelon here. Going to disrupt that execute for the time being, Dion.
Oh, but now they're stuck on the side itself. Smoke is going to provide a little bit of obscuring vision, but the flooding of TYLOO members. Look at that. Moseyuh, Mercury, quick as you like it, in. Bomb plant down, and for G and Emilia, that's just going to have to send them for the save. Really quickly done from TYLOO.
Yeah, Lynn Vision feeling like they are not being very proactive with the early to mid round. And given TYLOO's not giving them very much, tend to be playing a very slow, crawling pace T-side, running these defaults, trying to punish any kind of aggression, putting pressure across the map, and Lynn Vision given absolutely nothing. G, AWP taken out of his hands. Emilia to take next contact, knows where Moseyuh was, and Moseyuh, the patient, paying off absolutely perfectly for him. Every gun taken away for Lynn Vision. They have once again found their economy being broken, and TYLOO are making this T-side look easy.
Yeah, no, that's actually massive from TYLOO as well, because they hear the missed shot of that AWP earlier on. They don't take it down. They don't see it on the side itself. They know that that hunt might be justified at the end of it. It doesn't leave into any hero plays or force-up plays from Lynn Vision in the next round as that loss bonus starts to come to them. So just really nicely done from TYLOO at the end to just force Lynn Vision to settle down early in this map and have a really big think.
Assuming we're going to getting some kind of timeout here for Lynn Vision, and they're having a bit of a chat, so I'm assuming it's a tactical timeout. Haven't had too much success here so far in this first map. It's felt like it's all been one-way traffic for TYLOO these last couple of rounds, and I don't anticipate that changing heading into this next round. It is, of course, a full eco here for Lynn Vision to further discuss how they want to approach this next gun round, but sitting around and letting TYLOO take whatever map control they want and run this slow default has not really been a successful approach for Lynn Vision. I think they need to be proactive in the early to mid round, but it needs to be calculated aggression, because you can see TYLOO, they are running this catch-all approach, this very slow crawling default. holding all the different parts of the map. Once again, it's these progression Molotovs into mid, house and double doors just set on fire.
Ooh. Nice amount of damage on towards Moseyuh. Have to rethink his approach. Don't want to walk into any potential crossfires. These pistols to remove a rifle could be quite damaging. And just like that, he will be the first to fall.
Advent trying to keep that rifle safe, now backed up by a couple more members here. TYLOO maybe thinking about throwing that one out of the map, and with the rest of the CTs on towards mid doors, they get absolutely massacred. It's all on Westmelon, walking through Waterside, and although he spots out Mercury and dishes him out of Dink, I don't see him having too much more success in a round like this.
No, definitely want to see what the possibilities look like for Westmelon in terms of duels in the next few rounds as well. You know, almost feel like there's a little bit of a leash holding him back in these early stages at the moment, just with the style that Linvision are adopting.
I mean, I believe he's on the IGL duties, so if anyone can tell Westmelon to go kill, it's Westmelon. So we'll see whether you do get some change. There's got to be some change up next round for Linvision, because this has been a clean couple of rounds for TYLOO. Has to be said. But this is where Advent, you know, he's earned his chops as the best in-game leader in China for a reason, and we'll see whether he values the approach of if it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep running this slow default, or whether he is going to throw something a little quicker in there to try to stay one step ahead of the CTs.
Well, they're going to have to contend with the AWP yet again for G. See where he opts to take that this time. Back to the B site. Potentially look for a bit of an early pick. It looks like for Linvision, they want a little bit more of this E-box holding. Standard sets of utility going down for TYLOO. Not going to signify a complete rush into the site. As you said, probably expecting it to be a little bit slower yet again, just to continue what was being successful for TYLOO.
Quick execute this time around, so a bit of a change up out of TYLOO, straight into the site. Westmelon dancing around the pillar, only goes 1 for 1, but there are so many CTs here, and it's a big hold from Starry. Mosey now 1 on 4, left behind at bridge. It was a 1-4 from TYLOO. He doesn't really get much of an opportunity to get involved in the round, but at least takes Emilia down with him. It's a nice movement to get across out from bridge side, but G's got him checked. Linvision able to defend a bit more of a straight up execute from TYLOO, but still remains to be seen if they can deal with the default.
Nah, absolutely. Of course, on the site there itself, quick reaction from G with that AWP, but I think more importantly, they were just ready to take the fights this time around. No deeper smokes thrown in from TYLOO. Just let them dance around the site to their heart's content. Really quick shutdown from Linvision. And of course, it's not going to break the money on TYLOO. They'll be able to go at it yet again.
Only 2 players surviving for Linvision. Definitely scraping through these rounds. Going to need a bit more of a convincing CT side gun round if they want to stabilize that economy. And TYLOO going back to what was working, but you've got this really nice deep info line straight through middle from G, and he's actually been able to find the opposing T side AWPer. So a man advantage for Linvision. It seems like their fortune's starting to turn now, Dion.
Yeah. And for going control of mid as well, Linvision. Bit of focus on the sites itself. Zaka starts to rotate just to have a little bit of a spotter in, but now Westmelon will pick up the slack. Pressure certainly building for TYLOO in this one. Utility starts to dwindle. No real positions of comfort for them.
Seems like they are organizing themselves for a B hit here. Leaving Mercury behind, walking up dark side. Smoke goes on to B main, so that's going to give another 18 seconds of comfort to Linvision here, most likely. Starry was absolutely stellar with the B site hold in the last round, but mostly left on his lonesome until Westmelon can rotate over and give him a bit of a hand here.
Ooh, by the timing of Util as well, he will make it in time. Starry has the full arsenal behind himself, but it doesn't really matter if shots like that are going to be a continuing factor. 30 seconds to try and get this plant down for TYLOO, but the rotations are already starting to be seen for Linvision. The swing on out doesn't work for Advent, and now it's all on to JamYoung. A 1 versus 5. It's a nice shot on the Westmelon. I'll give him that one. He'll double down. He'll triple down. Oh, maybe, just maybe that could have been the signs, but oh boy, taken down at the end. That got me standing up.
Yeah, look, JamYoung, always good in the clutch. Looking sharp as ever, but a little bit too much for him to do. Regardless, though, those kills don't have zero impact. TYLOO has built themselves up such a wealth of economy to the point where Lynn Vision, if they drop 3 guns like this in a round, it is going to have a bit of a toll on their money. And you can see that only Starry and G with 2.4k. Tack timeout now for TYLOO. They know that Lynn Vision have substantially reduced their loss bonus and the reset potential is very much there. But they're having a tough time putting together rounds as easily as they were finding them before.
Yeah, it's got to be a little bit tantalizing, doesn't it? Do you buy, do you not buy into a round such as this? Definitely want to be holding lead on this T side right now, where you know that the early stages of that CT side yesterday for Lynn Vision, you know, that's where they're a little bit weaker, right? Contending on their own T side, not the greatest start against Wings Up. So for TYLOO, 2 real big decisions at the moment, to buy or not. As I said, you really want to try and reset Lynn Vision at this current point in time, and that's what they're going to look to do. And it's, I mean, it's not even a bad buy to come through from TYLOO by any means, down to a Galil, and the rest of them all have the AKs, the open utility, so it's a nice strong buy for him.
Yeah, like I said, they had a fantastic start to this game economically. Unfortunately, not a great start to this round. Kaze's been first pick 2 rounds in a row. The aggression continues for Westmelon, sending it straight through Waterside and pushing TYLOO back into their spawn.
That's real rough for TYLOO. They were not expecting that timing from Lynn Vision, just real quick in towards the waters, and now you're essentially seeing them filled with blood of TYLOO, Mercury, and Moseyuh to see if they can just recover anything in this round. The A site is absent, but of course they might not have that idea.
Seen 2-on-4s completed in similar positions yesterday by Lynn Vision, actually. Get yourself in pretty deep entrenched positions on this A site, and you can definitely make a numbers disadvantage work for you. See if TYLOO are going to give any sound cues over to Lynn Vision here as they walk slowly onto the site. Not a single grenade thrown here. So Lynn Vision, no heads up from them that there is actually movement on this A side, but Zaka hanging around, just buying time for the numbers to come through on the retake.
Bomb goes down. Got a little bit of time to situate yourself if you are Moseyuh. Where do you want to play from? Help Mercury. Won't open the smoke. Refresh as well. This is where Lynn Vision will start to set themselves up for this big retake. They can play with some good numbers. They start to come on in towards the side as well. Mercury and Moseyuh, can they get it done? 1-for-1 at the moment for both of them, but it's Zaka to take the heads off them. And with the defuse, Lynn Vision take lead again.
It's just good fundamentals for Lynn Vision, understanding that they can concede map control as long as they hold on to that numbers advantage and they come in with good spacing. It's exactly what they do. A really tight grouping of CTs completing that retake together and just making sure that they get the trades. And this is Lynn Vision at their best. Unbridled aggression straight through water is the change up from the CT side. Nice HE nade inside the smoke gives Chi a chance at a pick. And TYLOO losing multiple members before they can really even execute their game plan here. With the plan coming down, though, there is a chance to put a buy together here. But Kaze, he has been a bit of a money sink on the AWP, and he's been finding very limited success, it has to be said. Although Lynn Vision have only been coming through these rounds with 2 alive time and time again, it has to be said they've already found, what, 5 on CT side Anubis. So anything above that is a bit of a bonus at this point.
Yeah, it's 2 rounds in a row that TYLOO have called the tactical timeout as well. So it almost feels like it's the same discussion to be had in this round. Are we forcing? You know, I feel like the last round wasn't even really one that felt like they had their hands in the pot. So they will go for the force. We'll see what Kaze can do yet again with the AWP, if it can find an opener, or if it's just going to be a heavy anchor for TYLOO. Aggression
into B main here. Completely catching JamYoung there, but he still manages to take Starry down with him, clinging to the corner. Now aggression through A main here. Seen this a couple of times from Lynn Vision. They do love to re-aggress that part of the map, usually as a duo, but Emilia this time solo, looking to take a duel with Advent and has a pretty significant firepower advantage with the A4 versus the Galil.
Good for some information for sure, but if you can take out Advent, untraded, in fact, that would be really nice for Lynn Vision at this current point in time. But as you said, Emilia by himself, and that was 20 seconds ago, and he's still just here, the lonesome soldier, but it doesn't matter. Managed to find Advent, will call for the cavalry, get some rotations happening as well. It's going to be in the flank variety, so any more kills he can find here are going to be absolutely worth it. He manages to find one, holding advantage for Lynn Vision still. But as I said, the flank is where Lynn Vision start to encroach upon this A site. I don't even think TYLOO are going to be ready for this one. Not at all. Kaze down, and it's all onto Mercury for this 1 versus 3. And he can't get more than one.
Again, just spacing from Lynn Vision, moving as a pack around the map. Just a herd of cats taking absolutely everyone down. And Emilia on the other side of things just did way too much damage from that position. Needed to be traded much earlier on from TYLOO. Takes 2 players with him, as well as a dink onto Kaze. Worth his weight in gold for Lynn Vision there. And TYLOO, what was looking like rounds were easy to come by, it now feels impossible. Lynn Vision with 4 in a row. Still haven't stabilized their economy, but now into an anti-eco, potentially looking at a 7-5 or an 8-4 half on CT side Anubis. This grand final going exactly as planned.
Well, just such a stark difference between yesterday's performance from Kaze and today right now as well, right? He was leading in yesterday's games, tip of the spear, and right now it just feels like it's made out of paper. It's just crumbling.
Yeah, I think Kaze definitely not the crazy fragging Kaze that he used to be. I think anybody that rates him at that level is kind of kidding themselves in current day of CS. Definitely playing a bit more of a supportive role these days for TYLOO. And I think Steel Helmet not really always going to give you the best depiction of how someone can frag, because most of those guys are definitely getting on a bit.
Yeah. We'll see what can happen here for TYLOO. Can't walk into an AWP line by itself dry, but that's a little bit ridiculous from Advent. You know, fly past Starry, give him a good kiss goodnight.
I mean, he's just selling them a false bill of goods right now. Advent is an excellent salesman, and before Lynn Vision can really work it out, there's at least been a plant allowed here for TYLOO over on A. Will they be able to put together a 2-on-4 with just the Eagles and, you know, this bomb down? I'm not so sure. But look, we'll see.
Yeah, it'd be quite ridiculous if they can. Although with shots like that from Kaze, say his name and maybe they start to activate a little bit. JamYoung in for one as well. An upgrade to an AK spots them both out, but can't wrangle the spray.
Always at least 2 alive here for Lynn Vision at the end of the round. Continuing to put these retakes together. Continuing to look like a well-oiled machine and a tight unit right now. 7's up for them on the CT side here. And TYLOO looking to try to salvage what they can of this T-half. Really not what they would have wanted, especially after how strong their run of rounds was and how well they built up their economy. They built themselves a beautiful little runway to have a really strong T side of Anubis here, but they just never took advantage of that reset window.
And it's long gone now as well. Of course, last round in the half. Definitely want to see if TYLOO can make it 5 on this T side. Otherwise, it's pretty nice margin for Lynn Vision. You win pistol, and you know, CT side economy is still fickle in Counter-Strike. It might not be retake a cavalry for TYLOO, but we'll see. On steady at the beginning of this round yet again. Open window. Kaze closes it. Zaka falls, and nearly so too does Westmelon.
Returning a dink back to Mercury inside of the smoke, but Advent's found Emilia over on the A side of the map, aggressing over there. It's just G and Starry left here for Lynn Vision, and TYLOO with 5 players organizing themselves as best they can. Still throwing some utility towards this A site. G, could he be the hero in this round for Lynn Vision? Catches a face full of that flash from Mercury. And now Starry on the wrong side of the map gets his head blown off by Mercury as well. Beautiful stuff there from Lynn Vision on the CT side of Anubis. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back soon with the second half of Anubis in this grand final. All right, one scraped in at the end there for TYLOO, but Lynn Vision, without a doubt, having a rock-solid CT side of Anubis there of their map pick, Dion.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of instances from TYLOO where they thought they might look to make it a lot more competitive in those early stages, but I feel like Lynn Vision, they didn't let that window get too opened to let TYLOO back in. Of course, that was when we were flipped sides, of course, coming into the second half right now. We'll see if Lynn Vision can continue this onslaught towards their T side to steal away their own map.
It's a slow start to the round here for the Ts. Waiting out any aggression on the extremities from TYLOO while also exploring the middle of the map. Won't find much opposition over here though. Just kaze keeping an eye on mid from the A side of the map, and TYLOO falling into a bit more of a retake setup at B.
Yeah, we'll see what challenge does happen over towards the B side at the moment, because that's where this utility is starting to come down from Lynn Vision. The flash successful to push him off the line as well. Mercury goes in for a challenge, finds G. See if they can find anything else before the plant goes down, and they can, but now they need to call for a little bit more resources here. As the plant is on in, Starry for some information over at Water. Will he overstay his welcome? Will he go for the fight? More so, Mosey finds him, takes him down. It's Zaka's turn to go for a fight. The flashbang in. kaze gets the better of him, and for Emilia, his position has also been spotted. It's a nice shot on a Mercury, but can he look to seal the deal, to close it down? The answer is no. In for the defuse, it's TYLOO to get the pistol.
Going to keep this game nice and close between these two sides. CT side dominance continuing, but worth mentioning, unlike TYLOO, Lynn Vision will get that plant on their T side pistols, so the force with the couple of kills that they got going to be looking quite troublesome for TYLOO to be dealing with in round number 2 of the half.
Yeah, immediately up to a Galil for Emilia there. Definitely seeing Lynn Vision go in with what they can. Will they prioritize a little bit more utility to get into the map a bit deeper towards TYLOO? Going for some M4s and MP9s themselves. So it could be, you know, quite the stalled approach for Lynn Vision if they wanted to be.
Looking like a very slow approach from Lynn Vision here. Westmelon banking a great deal of util, but they're not going to be able to run any kind of long prolonged default. Double rifle in middle here, set up for TYLOO, looking to try to laser beam anybody who peeks bridge.
Well, it's looking to be a little bit of a dry swing out from Starry. He has the right line. He has the right execution as well. Some extra information free of charge onto kaze.
Going well for Lynn Vision. Progression smoke onto B to deny the info there from spawn side. Lynn Vision trying to pull that rotation over towards the B side of the map. Perhaps TYLOO going to respond by throwing their own smoke on B main, but in the meanwhile, Lynn Vision firmly staying in this 1-3-1, maybe looking to pick up that A1S that was dropped over on house side, and now exploring a little bit of mid control. Smoke thrown from Emilia over to the left side of mid from outside of A. And aggression in the mid round for TYLOO. This is all heard by Lynn Vision though.
Yeah, Emilia did hear Advent pushed up a little bit further towards A side of the map as well. So there's some information that they were nice and close, but now he's here for the fight. The frag on towards JamYoung. See if Mercury can get anything more than one, but with that not happening, it's only down to kaze. Yeah, he's taken down at the end as well. So the pistol didn't go Lynn Vision's way. Doesn't matter. The second one does.
Yeah, this is one of the most difficult things to deal with in the current MR12 format, CS2. These round 2 force buys from the T side post bomb plant were brutal in Go MR15. Without the economy changed at all in MR12, you have even less time to be able to recover from losing a round like that. Pistol armor coming out for TYLOO, or as they have been put on a double eco, obviously. You can see even the AWPer of kaze not going to be saving any extra cash over for that AWP fund. May not even really have the time to be putting something like that together.
That's it, isn't it? You need to cut a few losses if you're looking for a bit of a comeback, specifically when you do lose that second round to the force up of Lynn Vision. They are comfortably in the driver's seat at the moment. If you are TYLOO, you need to cause an accident. See what these pistols can do, of course.
I mean, it's feeling like a bit of an accident for TYLOO. Lynn Vision, well and truly in the driver's seat of this game. And they know they're in control. Just slow pacing around the map, little bit of util pressure, holding for any kind of CT aggression that you might see. CT's obviously with less on the line. more incentivized sometimes to be aggressive, to take risks. Now Lynn Vision organizing themselves for an A site take here. Counterflash comes in. Advent trying to be put on the line as the CT scrambling into position here, Dion.
Oh, but Amelia up ahead of the smoke, and now Lynn Vision start to flood in through the site. The pistols, though, they get up close and personal. They can start to find a little bit of damage. It's a 1 versus 2 now. All on to Mercury. His position has not been noted just yet, but with only a 5-7, no util. The Kevlar is there. Will he hear the footsteps of the rotations? I don't think he will just yet. But if he doesn't hear the plant go down, will he consider a rotation early on? He has to now. He won't beat Lynn Vision to the B side, though. Can he bring this into a 1 versus 1? 10 seconds to go. We'll hear the footsteps. He'll hear the plant. Does he expect where Westmoreland is? The peak on out. The plant is down. And fight the frags. They're not going his way. 14 HP. And I think he's just realized that this round is for naught. Try to get to A. Try to get a rifle. Take that into the next round and see what you can do.
Yeah, can drop a 5-7 over to one of the boys. Zaka swinging wide and just securing enough damage to dissuade Mercury from going for this round. Able to find a AK actually over on the other side of the map. Zaka hard on the hunt, may actually find him. Being a bit cheeky there, trying to use the old crowd advantage.
Yep.
Naughty, naughty.
Well, the
And
hunt
he's
is
gonna
on.
benefit from that. Finds the AK. So nothing brought over there for TYLOO, and Lynn Vision now into the anti-eco. Should be swinging for double digits at this point and looking very good to be taking their own map pick of Anubis here.
Most definitely. Lynn Vision setting themselves up more comfortably. You know, good start to the other side when they're on CT. You think that TYLOO can get back into it a little bit, but then Lynn Vision just one step ahead time and time again, now comfortably in the front, looking to extend that. Don't really foresee too much damage being delivered by TYLOO in a round such as this. Pistols start to fall through the mid of the map. Let's get this one done quick and easy. No frags to be found unless Moseyuh can find something with the USP. It's not going to happen.
You can
Double
see what
digits for Lynn Vision.
they were trying to go for. They had the one flash to set up the bridge aggression, but the double mollies into house and door just completely tore apart the plans from the CT side there. Not that really it probably would have done very much damage, but that's a great economy setting round for a team like Lynn Vision, who now find their way into double digits. Last time out, only 3 in CS2 you can use in regulation. This is the last one for TYLOO. They recognize the importance of this first gun round. Like I said, they're lucky that the half was so close. That was about as close as a half gets. 6-6-7-5 for TYLOO. So you can imagine if the scoreline was even slightly more skewed towards the other side, if they lost that second round force on the CT side, the game often is just over. But at least now they'll have a little bit of time to recover, at least 2 gun rounds. But this one, all important, even at a close scoreline like this.
Well, the timeouts didn't seem to be, unfortunately, working too well for TYLOO when they called them in the last half. Hope for longevity's sake in this map here on Anubis that this one does work out for them. Of course, kaze not able to get out an AWP on this CT side. See if they go for some more passive approaches on the CT side as well here, Pilsky, because it feels like they've opted for that a little bit on the rifle rounds. Specifically on the T side too.
A lot of util pressure here on bridge. Lynn Vision trying to take space, even putting out the Molotov, but Moseyuh hiding away in the smoke. Starry does a full 180 to trade that kill. Probably should have been 2 for Moseyuh there, but he's unallowed to get away with that. And now Lynn Vision in this 4-on-4 going to slow things down.
Yeah, no space gathered by TYLOO either over to the B main side of things. They were blocking that off with the smoke, so almost just reined into the deeper sides to protect themselves. But a challenge on towards Starry throwing some utility. See if he can live to tell the tale. 3 CT members here taking him out. So for now, TYLOO have the player advantage.
Yeah, they take the numbers, but Lynn Vision into the counter flash actually doesn't stop them from Wing forward though. Anti-flash is Emilia, backed up by his teammates. Lynn Vision finding the entry on Advent into the side. JamYoung on a very quick rotation timing on the flank here though.
Oh, they're going for the fight. They're taking it to him. No plant target just yet. It's kaze to find 2. And G to answer back with 1. But can he find both of the remaining TYLOO players? They swing together and they swing wide.
Oh, don't stop swinging. CS2 was a joy to behold over at IEM Sydney, and it continues here. Obviously, Asian CS players need no excuse, but a whole new game coming out where swinging wide is the name of the game.
Yeah.
2 players surviving for TYLOO here. They passed the test of the first gun round, but like I said, with the start of the T side for Lynn Vision winning that second round force, it's going to take a fair bit more concerted effort over time for TYLOO to look convincing in this game. They probably got to win 2 more CT gun rounds to put pressure on the economy of Lynn Vision, and even then, they still won't have taken the lead yet.
Yeah, I mean, Lynn Vision was swinging in cash. They've been able to get the AWP out this time, and TYLOO are even looking a bit weaker. A lot of that util used early on. Advent's down to an MP9. No E-box control for TYLOO anymore. That's been taken by Zaka, so you start to feel a little bit of this pressure for TYLOO. You think things are happening at the A side as well as the B side. You don't really have an idea of where TYLOO are actually starting to set things up.
Yeah, Lynn Vision, you're right, are putting so much pressure on the map. Progression smoke into B main, smoke onto house. A main control's been taken by Emilia. So really the question remains, how will TYLOO respond? They smoke off the backside of E-box, going to flash into that position to try and retake that on the map, and Zaka will respect it. TYLOO anticipating some kind of A execute, but as we hit the 50-second mark, Lynn Vision still haven't really decided what to do in the mid to late round just yet. Now slowly starting to remobilize into what looks like a B split. 2 players over here for TYLOO. JamYoung with a smoke flash and Mercury with absolutely no utility.
West Melon's held this position for 40 seconds now, just seeing if anyone made some moves over at this B site from TYLOO. Now the pressure, it has built up to the top. Mercury falls. It's all on to JamYoung, and he's just absolutely stuck between flames and between Lynn Vision members.
What?
And somehow he's Houdini'd through the smoke. Yes, he gets taken down. He was still good for a kill. That's absolutely ridiculous. Plants in, Starry's onto kaze, and now Advent can't get anything happening either.
Yeah, the game's done and dusted at this point. TYLOO, 1 round that they're able to pick up in terms of the CT gun rounds with only 2 players surviving is not going to be nearly good enough against the start to the T side that Lynn Vision had. And this is the big issue with the economy in MR12 right now. Money instantly broken for TYLOO. They'll have to take a full save and concede the 12-7 advantage to a Lynn Vision who just secured another clean T-side gun round. They will not run out of money for the rest of the half here, Dion. Well, they are so favored to win this game of Anubis right now.
The way it is, they won't run out with any money for the whole entire game if we go into OT as well, one might assume. So they are absolutely cooking. Challenge though with all these pistols. See if Emilia can weather the slight storm that breezes his way. What a perfect flash from Zaka. That's got to be said. 4 kills on the back of that one. Looking for the first ace of this grand final. Mosey is at the fountain, but Zaka to get the kill.
Give Zaka the ace at this point. He found the last kill and threw the perfect pop flash. So I'm willing to award it to him. Lynn Vision, another flawless round. And it has to be said, that last gun round, pretty close to flawless as well. The way that they denied info to TYLOO across the map on that last gun round was so impressive. They had a stranglehold of control on the map as well as information. And TYLOO, no idea what was happening until they're hit with that B split and unable to defend it. P90 comes out for G.
I mean,
Gonna be getting in the face, looking like a quick one straight into A here, Dion.
Yeah, we'll see if Advent can do something about it. JamYoung's here as well, but he's being Pinocchio by the A1S. Doesn't matter, somehow manages to double down. Now P90 gets nothing done, but Emilia immediately answers back with 2 of his own. Potentially see things settle here as Lynn Vision don't know how many more members of TYLOO are around the corner, and they don't actually have any flashes either, Pilski, to re-approach.
I mean, Emilia was good as gold on the double entries yesterday against Wings Up on this map, and he's found another double entry onto the A site. Like you said, Lynn Vision, knowing that TYLOO's lost a lot of map control in this 3-on-3, they're going to reset things, maybe anticipate some CT aggression across the map. And look at this, TYLOO double aggressing across bridge. Mosey going to take contact with Emilia, takes his head off. Immediately a 3-man spray down is exactly what TYLOO needed to stay alive here. But like I said, still not even close to resetting the T-side economy. There's going to be buys on buys on buys from Lynn Vision. Beautiful counter flash from JamYoung, has to be said. He just underarms himself a flash from Pillar there, and then a 3-man spray down on the aggression across bridge from Mosey.
There's going to be a lot of teetering between decisions for TYLOO at the moment as well. 4 rounds in a row they need to get, you know, high risk, high reward. But the opposite side of that is a map loss. You have some time to think about the next one. We'll see what this approach looks like for TYLOO. But a bit more passive on both teams' account at the moment.
Aggression, Molly.
Oh,
The E-box here. Mercury eats a face full of it. But that's a nice nade timing for JamYoung to find Westmelon over on B main, giving TYLOO a man advantage here. Kaze looking to further extend that advantage. A re-peek, aggressive and confident onto Starry. TYLOO mean business, man.
certainly do. 2-player advantage for TYLOO, but Emilia brings that within 1. Sharp shot onto JamYoung, who's provided the goods for TYLOO in a couple of these previous rounds. Envision though, will they be expecting Mercury to swing? Zaka's holding for it. Emilia gets taken on down, and now Zaka, he is able to answer back with one of his own, but he doesn't have G here just yet. 50 seconds to get onto the site, and Advent, his position is in the crosshairs of G. A nice shot. Envision starting to bring this one back.
G, 1 or 2. These players so low, he's going to pull out the P250 here, knowing that he has a window to be able to win this round. Kaze now in a 1-on-1 to try to save the game here for TYLOO. G dancing around the pillar, trying to use that crowd advantage, but he's able to hit the flick. 13-8 for Lynn Vision. A win on their map pick of Anubis here is absolutely massive for them. And TYLOO going to have to go back to the drawing board in this grand final, Dion.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be said, there were some really, you know, opportune moments for TYLOO to be able